Welcome to KGXT, Gen X Talks podcast, live from Central California.
Making plans with the boys. I'm gonna hit the town. Yeah, I'm gonna make some noise. I'll push past the pain and my wounded pride. I'm gonna live it up. Yeah, stay out all night. But sure, I've had some better times. And I can't count all the tears I've cried. And maybe down my last time. Yeah, but the blues to me just fine.
Need to get done.
Okay, so now we just need you to get off your fucking phone. That's all we gotta
I'm
do.
answering a question from staff. Trippy is typing. Hear you loud and clear.
Well, if it's Trippy, it's okay.
It's Trippy.
But if it's anyone else, god damn it, I'm pissed.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
Trippy,
welcome to the Gen
Trippy.
X Talks podcast, broadcasting 200 feet below occupied California. Hopefully, we're streaming out on the butt. We're trying to stream on the butt, which
The
ties
butt.
you into kgxtradio.com.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Let's see. I think all the lights are flashing. It looks like we're in. I believe everything is in order. I think.
I'm Mrs. Gen X. Mrs. General? Mama
You're
X?
Mrs. Gen X?
I don't know. What am I going with
Okay,
now?
you already have enough names. You got Gen X Mom, the Queen, Mama X. We don't need to add Mrs. Gen X or Mrs. Queen or no.
I didn't name myself the Queen.
No, everybody else named you the Queen.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
I've been called the General's wife when people have met me.
you have. That's true. You have been called that.
Yes.
You've been called a lot worse by better, so don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay, thanks. All right.
I was thinking, everyone knows we bought that land in Dayton, Nevada. We bought that land outside of Reno, and we have to go up there.
It's official, by the way, because last podcast we didn't make
No,
it official.
yeah, it's official,
This
like-
last Monday, it is now official.
We have the deed in our pocket. It's ours. So we have to go up there. One thing we have to do, I'm getting the dates right. It's like the 29th and 30th, 1st and 2nd of October.
That is correct.
September 29th and 30th. We got to drive up the 29th. Then we got to work the 30th and the 1st and drive home on the 2nd.
Yes.
And we're taking Briggs, and I guess Isaac's coming, and the Sun Valley Fox is going to meet us out on the property. 2 days of really the tractor's doing all the work. It's got to pull the stuff out of the ground, and then we just drag it over to one side.
Yes.
I
That's
wonder
the plan.
if Trippy would do that.
Ooh. I bet you he could.
Is it during the week or is it on a weekend?
It's during the week.
Oh, he probably can't get his vacation time. He already wasted all of his vacation time on
Sammy Joe.
I know.
It was
Sammy
well
Joe.
worth it.
What?
It was well worth
He
it.
wasted his vacation on Sammy Joe in Disneyland when he could have been pulling stumps in Dayton, Nevada.
We'll talk to him later about that.
Well, if anybody's near Dayton, Nevada in those days, you want to swing by and help out, I'll give you lunch and beer.
Oh my gosh. We need to clean the land off.
We do.
Move
We
the
got some
land.
stuff. There's a guy that's going to come out. Big JC going to come out with his stuff and clear it. But
we have some fences and
we got some stuff to get out of his
stumps,
way first. So we're going to do that.
stumps to move.
So what are we talking about here? We did the intro.
MarcyZavala.com.
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 So let me catch you guys up, because you guys know that MarcyZavala.com, it's absolutely amazing what she's able to do with pain. If you guys are suffering from pain in your joints and stuff, then that's on you.
We are 9 months in.
We're 9 months in, and all of your pain related to that cancer stuff is now gone.
Yes.
All of it. It's like there's no more pain. Now, what we've learned is you had one lower back pain that came about pretty recently, but you couldn't figure out what it
No,
was.
I've had it since I got better. I mean, I've always had it. I always thought, well, it was from laying in that bed so long, you know.
But okay, if you say so,
Yeah.
I've never heard you complain. I'm telling you what, I have not been putting patches on your back for 12 years.
No, it's progressively gotten worse over the years.
And she's been trying to figure out what it is, and she hasn't got there. She thought it was stretch your muscles, stretch your muscles, stretch your muscles. That's one specific pain in one specific place that's turning out to be an object, a thing, right? Like maybe a disc or something.
Yeah. According to the
But when you have pain throughout your whole body and you have elbows and wrist and joint pain, when you have stuff that gets killing you all over, or pain that moves.
I am not a happy camper.
No, but that's what Marcy can fix.
There's a lot of people out there that suffer from that, from joint pain. I get it, guys. I have had joint pain where it's all the time, 24 hours a day, and you just do not feel like doing anything or getting up in the morning. I've been there, done that, and Marcy Zavala and Dr. McDreamy have helped me tremendously.
One click away from making your life better. If you don't do it, that's your own damn fault. Now, this one lower pain this isn't a Marcy issue. This isn't a nutritionist, diet, stretching, exercise issue.
Well, we tried that.
No. This is turning into a Dr. McDreamy issue. So he said, you got to go see this physical therapist who can check the bones and alignment and all sorts of stuff in Reno. I wasn't going to fly you up to Reno, so your happy ass just had to wait till I was going there anyway, which I was, coincidentally.
Yes, we coordinated it to that. I was going to drop her name really quick and let you know.
Yeah, what is her name? Jade something.
Stand by. It's Jade. It's not our daughter Jade.
No, not the daughter Jade.
It's Jade from Clinch Performance in Reno. I want to drop her name.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about when I saw her, and she's just not a physical therapist that watches you do exercises and stuff. I have never been to a physical therapist that was so thorough as this lady. It was amazing.
The problem was that your initial visit took so goddamn long.
Well, she told me 70 minutes was the first initial visit.
Oh, well, you know what? How about if you'd have told me that? You didn't say that.
I did tell you that.
You most certainly did not.
I did so.
You are so full of shit. You're never say anything like that.
I did tell you. You just don't listen.
I do listen. I listen to everything you say.
Because you asked me how long was it going to be. I said 70 minutes, she told me, approximately, for the first visit.
You told me you didn't know.
Bullshit.
You're a goddamn liar.
You're lying. You think
she's in there forever.
Selective hearing.
I got to go to the bathroom, and the door's locked to where she is, so I leave. I had to drive like 4 miles to a gas station.
Whose
go to the
problem
bathroom.
was that?
Apparently mine. I'm the one hauling ass.
Obviously, yeah.
So
when
I
there
drive
was
back.
a restroom right inside the door.
I just said the door was locked. I just said that. Now who doesn't listen?
Well, you could have had it opened.
How? What am I going to do? Bang on the door to interrupt therapy sessions? I don't know how many people and doctors and stuff are working in there. It's a closed door.
They don't want people like you walking in.
So I did the right thing, and I drove away and went to the gas station.
Oh, my God.
I come back, and you're still not answering your text messages, and you're still not out. Now I'm starting to work, because now we're way past an hour.
I'm in therapy. I'm not sitting on my phone during therapy.
So, but I'm your husband. There's got to be allowance. There's got to be a
I could see you out the window.
You could?
Yeah, I could see you. I could see the truck out the window.
That doesn't help me if I can't see you. I didn't know you were
That's too bad.
in a window. So I go up, and the door was locked.
Oh, no, I noticed you get out of the truck. Don't start there. I noticed you get out of the truck and start walking. And I told Jade, I said, uh-oh, there's my husband.
What? Well, but I went to check the door, then I left because I had to go to the bathroom. Then I come back, and I'm waiting, and you're still not out. And there is a scene in Men in Black.
Oh, great.
When they pull up to a newspaper stand in New York, and there's a dog, like a little pug dog, sitting at the newspaper stand on the shelf, and there is this near-death guy. He's got a long white face. He's got long, curly, thin white hair. He just looks like death warmed over in the movie, right? There's this guy. So
I'm following you.
Okay.
I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
So if anybody knows what I'm talking about in that scene, they walk up thinking they're going to talk to the guy, and they end up talking. They end up talking to the dog. They're like, wow, that guy definitely is an alien. And it turns out the dog's the alien who speaks English. All right. A guy that looks just like the death warmed over guy from Men in Black parks next to me, walks down, and just goes right in the door. Now, that door was locked. And remember, you had some weird thing where you weren't even in. When you went up to the door to begin with, it had a note on the door that says, go.
One door down.
Yeah. So did a note on the door, you said, to go one door down. Wasn't even where you were told to go.
Well, they made it. Now that I walked in there, I knew what they did. That was their waiting room. And then the other rooms, the other room doors or whatever, were all connected. So it was like multiple people using that one waiting room.
I got it. But I didn't know where you were.
Nope.
This guy, you had to walk down to a different door to get in than what we were told. This guy just walks in.
Well, you had to have a key.
I didn't see him use a key.
Okay, well.
So now I'm going over there. I'm like, fuck this. I lock up the truck. I grab my stick and I walk in there. And I get to the door. It's unlocked and I open it up. The waiting room is very dark. It's like a living room. It's got a fireplace that's not lit. It's got 20 chairs in a circle. and they're all mismatched
For
chairs.
the kumbaya session.
It's a kumbaya session, and there's a big TV over the fireplace mantle with some infomercial running, but the infomercial's turned down, and all you hear is this spiritual music playing. Now, I still don't know where you are. I don't see, the whole place is dark. Now, there's a counter in the corner that looks like a receptionist would be there, but it's really dark there.
Yeah,
it's
nobody
pitch
was there.
black.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around. I don't see you. I text you again. You don't answer. And so I went over to the desk, and there's, 12 business cards, one of those racks of cards. And I thought, all right, I know the girl's name is Jade. I know she has something to do with physical therapy. I know I'm also like 2 doors down from where I'm supposed to be. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot.
Okay.
And I go through all the cards. Her name's not there.
All right.
She doesn't have a business card there. There's nothing even says her business name. Now I'm starting to get concerned. I think I've been bamboozled and somebody stole my wife. I looked at my phone again. You hadn't texted me back. Now I got 2 choices.
Uh-huh.
And you know me at this point.
Oh, yeah.
I get 2 choices. I can start yelling for you. Because there's hallways. There's hallways with little massage room doors or whatever. And way at the right end, there's also a couple of offices that are open and they're dark. So I can either start yelling for you, or I can just start opening doors.
How embarrassing is that?
Don't care. Because I never got the 70-minute lecture.
Yes, you did.
So I go all the way down to the right and figure, all
Selective
right,
hearing.
I'm going to start on one end, and I'm going to just work my way back. And I decided opening the doors was going to be the best way to go.
All right.
So I go down to the 2 offices, and I make sure I walk into the offices. Nobody's there. I start coming back towards the area, and I start opening doors.
Uh-huh.
I got to the 3rd door. Everyone was dark. No one was in there. I mean, I really didn't care what I saw. If there was something nefarious going on in there, I don't care. If there was a little activity, if you know what I mean, it's just going to shut the door and keep on moving. And right as I got to the 3rd door, I closed it. I was walking back towards the big kumbaya room. You texted.
I did.
So apparently, she let you have your phone.
Well, we were at a stopping point, and I had seen you walk by the window, and I had said to Jade, I go, oh, that's my husband. And she goes, okay. I said, well, he's probably looking for me. It's been so long.
He is.
I said, I have to text him. She goes, go ahead, because we were talking, and I texted you, and that's when you got it. I knew you were coming to look for me.
I was.
I knew you were. I know you.
I was going to the next half of the building, and I was just going to open doors till I got there, but you
I know
texted
you.
and said you were okay.
She laughed. She goes, why don't we scream? She even said that.
Yeah, that would have been a bad idea, because I just started kicking indoors then.
But she was, her door was locked. Because once she takes somebody in there,
It wouldn't have
it's
been
a
locked for more than a
one-on-one.
second. Once I wiggled it, it would have been opened in a second.
I said, no, we're not going to scream. I said, that would be a bad idea. That would
So
be bad.
I never did see the creepy guy. Go look that up. Men in Black, creepy guy with the dog. I think it was Men in Black 1. Might have been 2. I think it was 1. But you'll know who I
I'm
mean.
going to tell Jade to listen to the podcast.
Hopefully that's like, wait, what if it's like her husband or something?
She doesn't have a husband.
Okay, then I hope it's not her coworker. I mean,
Maybe it's some. I'm sure it's there. She runs her own business. It's her alone. So,
well, the dude was in there because he went in the building and never came out.
well, it'll be interesting to hear who it is.
I don't know.
If she knows
well,
who it
I wasn't
is.
trying to cast any aspersions on the fella. He might be a nice guy,
He just might be.
but he didn't look nice. He was scary to me. He looked scary. I didn't think.
Somebody scared you?
No, he looked scary. He was scary
Oh, okay.
to me.
So he didn't scare you.
No, he didn't
Are you
scare
sure?
me. I'm positive. Yeah, I'm good. So,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway, so we do that thing with you, and it's. I'll tell you what. She told you that the problem is when she got done, she did a very thorough job,
Yes.
but she made some very valid points of things you are not allowed to do.
Yes.
And no more stretches. The Marcy Zavala stretch routine is now off the table because
Right now, yes.
of what she said. So no more stretches.
I have my legs are weak. They're not very strong. She did a test on me, the backs of the legs. There's pain running down the backs of my legs for a thing that she did. And my lower back, she did some pressing, some manual maneuvering, manual
Yeah.
work on it, manipulation. And I was out of alignment, which she helped. She goes, it's better. I don't think it was completely put
No.
back, but she said it was better. But she said she thinks it's a disc. She's talking to Dr. McDreamy about it, and so
Yeah, and they'll move forward on that.
Yeah.
The thing I'm getting to,
is my restrictions.
you are not allowed to lift anything heavy.
Correct.
Okay, that's a problem for me.
Oh, really? Why? Because you
Well-
have to get up out of your chair and lift things?
No, I don't mind doing that. I'll do that for you.
What's your problem, dear?
Well, it's in the area of the sexual nature. If you can't lift up Big Earl because you can't lift anything heavy, we got a problem.
Oh, I guess we do.
The other one
Sounds
says
like somebody has a problem.
yeah, I have a problem with this. Then she said the worst one is no bending over.
No bending over. Forward. No back bends.
No bending over.
No bending forward.
Yeah, I got to. There's two things that popped into my mind that made this a very difficult situation.
What was that?
I'm afraid, dear. There's times you need to bend over.
Excuse me?
Bend over, and the other one is like whoa. So she can't even sit in a chair or on the side of a bed and bend over. She goes, no, you can't. So I got to tell you, before we proceed with this, whoa. I think we might need a second opinion. I mean, as wonderful as she is, I'm not so sure I'm going along with this.
We didn't discuss that situation.
No, she just threw it out there like, don't bend over and don't
policy
lift.
did.
Yeah. I think, I got to ask Dr. McDreamy to step in here and go, whoa, dude, seriously? No bending over? No lifting up anything heavy?
Yeah.
I object. I am not abstaining.
Hey, I asked you if you wanted to come into my PT and see, and you refused. So you could have stopped it right then and there.
I don't know if I could have stopped it at all. She wrote this thing down in a document. It's now.
Oh yeah, because I had to show it to you.
Yeah.
You didn't believe me. That's
I didn't
right.
believe you.
I got in the truck and I was telling him, and he's like shaking his head, going, "I don't know about this. I don't know." I said, "Well, the evaluation's coming through in a little bit."
I thought you were going to say, because I thought you were making this up, like,
yes.
Sorry, can't lift anything heavy, can't bend over,
can't do much of anything.
My knees have to stay together. I figured you were just going to go down the line, so I didn't believe anything you were saying.
No, and then the evaluation came through, and I went, "Here it is," and I showed it to you.
I know it's like a prescription. It's in writing. It's signed by a doctor. Now I'm fucked. Now I got to get a second opinion.
From who?
I'm going to find somebody. God damn it.
But
yeah.
All kidding aside, I have not bent over. It sounds so funny.
I can vouch for that.
I have not lifted anything heavy. I haven't done any stretches. I saw her on Tuesday. And it's actually, my back is better. The only thing that bothered me was driving home, sitting too long. So she wants me not sitting too long.
Right.
She wants me getting up and walking, but no, nothing strenuous.
Well, she was really smart on how she went about this. She goes, sitting for a long time, and she explains, causes this damage. Bending over causes this damage. It pushes on your spine and the spine. Okay, I got it. Walking too much would hurt you also. So she was very clear. Sit for a while. Walk for a while. Do things, but mix it up.
Yeah.
And don't overdo it. I have not let you pick up anything heavy.
No.
At all. Nothing.
That's hard.
It is, because you always want to do it. But we're working on the things like this. Now, I will tell you that for the first couple of days, you were hurting because of the manipulation.
Yeah, and she told me she has even texted me and has checked in to see how I'm doing.
So here you are. You're recovering from her manipulating, which hurts. You had to sit in that truck for 7 hours, which even though we got out and stopped often, it still hurts.
Yeah.
Today, now think about this. Ladies and gentlemen, think about this last time we did the Reno trip. We came home on a Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
I did the live stream, the Bottom of the Glass Nation show.
And I went to bed.
She went to bed, and she didn't get up Friday to even do the podcast. She couldn't get out of bed to do the podcast.
And what was that, 3 weeks ago?
Probably, yeah, 3 weeks ago. So there you are, and a perfect example. You probably walked more this time than the last, but this time you're better.
Yeah,
because
there was significant improvement.
Because the moment you get out of there, you don't lift anything and you don't bend over, and you've been faithful to that. And guess what? Now, you still have a problem in your back. This is just making it not hurt.
Right.
You still have a problem that needs to be addressed, but you're much happier about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I had... Dr. McDreamy has changed some of my medication too. Instead of taking it at night, I'm taking it in the morning. This morning I slept so good last night. I have to say this one thing. I have pain when I'm laying on my side to sleep. And last night I laid on my back and slept. And I think that was the first time I've slept really good. I was tired too on top of it, but with really no pain. I mean, I got up in the middle of the night and was like, it's not that bad. But this morning I got up, I had energy, I wasn't in pain,
No,
I took a shower, I felt really good. So today I'm still tired from our trip, but nothing
But here we
like
are
it.
at 4 o'clock, and you haven't even taken a nap today because you're hurting and sore and tired.
You want to know something else?
What's that?
I haven't taken any pain medicine today.
Are you kidding me?
No tramadols. No.
Really?
None.
I hope that keeps up. I hope we
Me
go down
too.
that road.
I was so excited. No, I haven't. And when I got tired, when I could feel the pressure in my back, I sat. That's when I told you, I got to go sit because I was up moving
And one
around.
of the bad parts about this is 3 or 4 times a day, she will come to me wherever I am. She pulls down her pants and bends over, and I put a patch,
Yes.
a lidocaine, is it lidocaine?
Lidocaine,
patch
yeah.
on her back. And you would be on your 3rd one by now.
Probably around there. Yeah.
Your 3rd one is usually right about now, and I haven't done one today.
Nope.
Nope. I'm just telling you that. So I can't just say, I'm not allowed to just say, oh, go call this person. I think you have to get a referral from a doctor, to go see her. I wouldn't just try to send patients her way.
She does patients one-on-one. You got to call. I don't know how she gets her patients.
She
but
doesn't bill insurance.
No, she does not bill insurance, but she does a one-on-one with you interview. And
Yeah.
if it's something that she wants to do, if she has the ability to help you, then she will go. She will not just drag you in there just
Yeah.
to make money.
So check this out. So here we are. We go 10 years with your chemo pain. We try every witch doctor snake oil thing we can. We fly all over the world. Nothing helps until marcyzavala.com. And within 4 months, you're on the mend. 6 months, you're feeling better. 9 months, and you're pain free.
Yes.
And guess what? Now your lower back is gone really bad. And within Dr. McDream points you in a direction.
Yes.
And one visit with some instructions from her, and 3 days later, here you are, less medication, no patches on your back, and you're moving around. Now, we still got to find the problem. We still got to fix it. What a difference. What a difference.
A couple days.
And we got
I
to,
know.
truthfully, we've known Dr. McDreamy since we were 5 years old. Yes, his wife is marcyzavala.com, but I doubt we'd have known Marcy if she wasn't married to Dr. McDreamy.
True.
So we got to check the box for Dr. McDreamy for that one.
Yes.
Then we wouldn't have got to Jade unless we knew Dr. McDreamy. We got to check that box for him too.
Yes.
Now, he doesn't have a lot of boxes checked in my life personally. So all the more boxes I can check
He's
for
got
Dr.
a lot of boxes checked in my life.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about him. I don't even want to know.
But I want to say, I know a lot of people out there suffer from pain and stuff. Please, please don't stop asking questions. That's what I did. I knew that there had to be something out there to help me. And I started asking questions. And you don't have to stay with the same doctor all the time.
No.
You just got to start fighting for you. And that seems like how healthcare has happened is you got to fight for yourself.
It seems like, and we've heard these stories all over, and this is what happened to us, is you get into pain management. In California, doctors are scared to write prescriptions. They go, no, we can get sued. The state can take away our license in California. We have to refer you to a pain management specialist. And then you just stay there because every pain management specialist you went to said, sorry, this is the way it is forever.
Or have a cortisone shot.
Yeah, sorry,
just shooting me
you
with-
had cancer, you had chemo.
Yep.
Sorry, this is it. And if you hadn't pursued that, kept going, kept asking, and you hadn't got a hold of Dr. McDreamy and said, is this really it? Am I stuck?
Yeah.
We'd still be there. This is an amazing turn for you. I just wanted to shout out everyone who's been in the process, starting with Dr. McDreamy to marcyzavala.com, and now Jade, the
Clinch
therapist
Performance.
with the scary guy, that creeps around in her office. I don't know. Maybe that guy lives in like the attic or something. I have no
or
idea.
the basement?
Or the basement.
Okay.
It's all right. Anyway, I don't know where it goes like that. So yeah. Anyway, out in Reno is out in Dayton is our thing. So after we're done with the pleasantries and thanking everyone, go back to buying the property in Dayton. Got a little piece of bare land, and I wasn't quite sure. I don't know anything about Reno. I mean, just visiting. So how do you buy something? How do you buy a house?
yeah.
How do you buy a piece of land? You don't know.
It's always a question. You have no idea. Even a new house. Like,
Yeah.
did you buy the new house in the right area?
You don't know.
You don't know.
You can ask around and get some guidance from people that live there. Luckily, we know some people. In fact, Sun Valley Fox was the one who he recommended Dayton after Dr. McDreamy suggested
So
it.
we
Dr.
had
McDreamy,
both of them supporting
So
it.
you're thinking, okay, this might be a cool way to go. We got two guys that have lived there for a long time. But the one question I had is you don't do very well in the cold. I was trying not to be 6 feet deep in snow. And so the Sun Valley Fox, no. Sun Valley Fox says, oh, no, you're good. Dayton just gets a dusting and a little, maybe a foot accumulation. Over
And
a
it goes
whole
away
winter.
in a day or two.
It goes away.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just stay home. I'll be
Yeah, we'll
fine
be
in a
fine. You
heated
can
house. And
walk outside for the snow when it's pretty and then come back in till
exactly.
it melts. We're good.
And we'll wait till it melts.
So now we've bought the property and I'm driving on some of the main roads around town and there's snow chain.
I pointed that out. I said, wait a second.
Yeah. There's snow. You did. You pointed out and I'm
I
like.
pointed out and you went, no.
No, that can't be true.
I said, just wait. And about a mile or two later.
I said, no, that can't be true. Quit. I don't know what you're reading, but didn't you hear your brother? Didn't you hear the Sun Valley Fox? There's a very light dusting. Why on earth?
Snow chain installation right here.
I go, there's no way you read that correctly.
Yes, I did.
Why on earth would you need snow chains and an area to install your snow chains if you just get a light dusting? So then we drove out of Dayton different directions and came in different directions. Every road said the same thing. I was like,
in
God,
and out of Dayton.
yeah, I'm like, God damn it. First time I saw you, brother, you're full of shit. He goes, what?
You did. You said that to him. That was so funny. But we started questioning each other going, what did we just
What did we just
do?
get into? Because
We left Bend for a reason.
yeah, we didn't want to be in Bend, Oregon for, 6 feet of snow, and here we are. Now, I know Reno gets some heavy snow. I do. You can get some deep snow there, but we're trying to be a little bit outside. We picked an area that everyone had said we're good at, except for the fact that there's fucking signs and there's snow markers on the road that are 8 feet tall.
It was funny.
And why do you have to have an 8-foot snow marker on the side of the road? Because it has to stick through the
And
snow. You can
how-
see it.
How far is the highway from our property? Give or take. What do you
Not
think?
far. It's about 400 yards to the river, another 100 feet to the highway.
And that's where the first sign was.
Not happy. Not happy about this at all.
Oh God, that was so funny.
So we had to go out to we first went. We needed an address. We have no address. Our address is 0 because it's a bare piece of land. And so we went to the Dayton post office, and I sent you in. I go, just go in there with the purchase order, show them we got it, get the form, we'll get an address.
I fell in love with the post office.
So tell them about the post office.
The post office is not much bigger than probably my kitchen. You walk in and there were only 2 windows and nobody was in there. Not a line, nobody.
No
and
customer.
I'm like, no customer. I'm looking around. I'm like, okay. And then you walk up to the counter and it says, ring this bell for service. When was the last time you did that?
I
Ring
can't
the bell
remember.
for service.
No.
So I rang the bell and this little old lady comes walking out and she was so adorable. And she had that same uniform that the old post office workers, I don't know, probably somewhere
Back in
else
the day?
well, I'm sure they do in other small town
They
America.
don't do it out here in California. You
No,
wear
they don't.
T-shirts
So she
and
had her
flip-flops.
blue U.S. Postal Service shirt on, and I was like, this is very cool. So I told her, our escrow officer told us to come to the post office, see if we can get an address for our property. We have the deed and everything. And she goes, oh, no, we don't give out addresses. You have to go to the county office in Yerington. I'm like, well, how far is Yerington? She goes, oh, it's an hour. I'm
Great.
like, I said, okay. And she says, where's the property that you bought?
You told her the street.
I told her the street, and she goes, well, I didn't know there was anything for sale out there. And she recognized the street. I was
What-
waiting for her to tell
was
me
she
who
supposed-
sold it. Or
Was
who-
she supposed to be like, I'm sorry, did somebody forget to run this by you?
I thought I tumbled back to Mayberry for a second.
Because she was an older lady and she knows everybody out there. She goes, well, what part of that street are you talking about?
Yes.
I didn't know there was anything for sale at that end of the street.
I was waiting for her to tell us who the seller was.
Did
and
Gary
everything.
finally sell that property? You know,
That's what I was waiting for. And I said, okay.
Did you get the lot with or without the old tractor? You know?
I know, it was so funny. So anyways, so I get back in the truck to you. I
Yeah.
told you what happened. I should have took my phone in with me.
You should
but
have taken some pictures of that.
I didn't.
That would have been good.
It was funny though. And
But-
so I came in and I didn't think you were going to go for going to Yerington.
Oh, yeah.
I really didn't.
Got to fucking go. Wanted to go now. I'm
But
not
I got in the
putting
truck
this
and
off.
explained to him what happened. He chuckled. Oh, and the parking lot only had about 6 or 7 slots in it for the post office.
And you know
It
who was
wasn't-
parking there? The mail carry deliveries. There was like
Yeah,
one
the
spot for me to
employees.
park in.
The employees. So I told him we had to go to the county seat to the assessor's office to find out, how we can go about getting this address. So
So I drove out to Yerington.
It was a beautiful drive.
Beautiful drive out to Yerington. A lot of Dodges. I'm driving a GMC. A lot of Dodges out there. And then we got on, I'm going to say it wrong. We got on one highway. Was it 208, little interchange 208?
yes,
And there's a
that was your
sign
favorite sign.
in the middle of nowhere. We're driving on this old country road, and there's just a well-maintained sign that says, life is great on the 208. And I'm looking around. There's nothing there. There's literally that sign. I bet if I Googled it, life is great on the 208, that sign would come up.
Maybe.
And I went, did you see a town? Did you see a house?
For any of you out there who live in Nevada or have driven through that, that's Smith Valley, which is in Nevada. And it is an agricultural area that you would never think was in Nevada.
I would have never thought
when you
that
think
was in Nevada,
you think desert. But this valley was absolutely beautiful. We had a great time driving through it.
It was awesome. I agree.
It was beautiful. So life.
That little
was
rock
great.
canyon that we went through with a river.
Oh my
What was
gosh,
the name of the
Walker River.
Walker River. This really gorgeous.
That was out
canyon.
of Wellington into Smith Valley, I believe.
It was great. There
it was
some
gorgeous.
really neat areas. So we went out there. We found out that building on our land, the order we were going to do everything in, all of it was wrong. Yeah, none of it was right.
Was completely wrong.
And she straightened us out and said, okay, we got to do this and turn things around and get back. So we get back to the property the next day, and Ben Matlock, who you guys know his name, he met us before, never lost a case.
Never lost a case.
You got to look it up. Google Ben Matlock and watch all his lawyer cases. He's never lost a case. So Ben Matlock.
You know Matlock's coming back on the TV, right?
It is.
Kathy Bates is playing Matlock.
But Ben Matlock's a guy.
I know. Well, I can't remember if it's a relation.
Does
or
she dress
something.
up like a guy? Is she pretending to be a guy?
No.
Well, I'm just asking.
It's Kathy Bates. I'm even actually kind of interested because I really like Kathy Bates.
All right. So
I know. Sidetrack. Little side note.
Yeah, squirrel.
Squirrel.
We meet out there at the property. Sun Valley Fox is out there, who stands just at the edge of the circle with his arms folded the whole time, listening to everything. Ben Matlock's there, never lost a case, and I get introduced to Big JC.
And Gen X Mom is sound asleep in the back of the truck.
In the back of the truck, yeah.
It was so windy that day.
It was windy.
That's why I went in the back of the truck.
There's a place for real men. Just let you know.
I didn't need to be there.
No. So Big JC comes out there. Now, this is one of the nicest good old boys you ever going to meet. And he owns a construction company that does major excavation, like
the airport.
Yeah, he does airports. He does shopping malls.
Yeah, commercial.
He does 4 casinos in a row type of stuff. He's looking at the little acreage we bought. He's like, I don't even know if I have.
Cute.
He goes, I don't even know if I have a machine small enough to get on your property.
He said that's cute.
I may have to go buy something to fit on here because this is pretty tiny. I'm like.
He was thinking, can he just bulldoze through the fence? I mean, do you really need the fence?
I'm looking at it going, this is 2.5 acres. This is the most I've ever owned. This is a little tiny little thing. And he's like, yeah, it's pretty small for what we're doing.
You know what I can't wait for?
Yeah.
Is the guy that bought the other half of the 5 acres behind us. When JC comes in with his equipment.
Oh my God, that guy's going to.
He said he can get it done in a day.
In one day.
And the guy behind us is doing it all by hand.
He's gonna.
I'm going to go,
that dude behind us is going to shed a purple Twinkie when he sees Big JC coming in there.
That's going to be funny. I want to be there that day.
There's so many ideas. And the problem is, so we all talk about it out there, and we're waiting for St.Donna to show up.
Oh, God.
We're all sitting there, and we're getting done talking. We've been out there an hour. She's 15 minutes away, and she told us an hour ago she was going to meet up with us at the property, which she's been to 3 times. So I turned to the Sun Valley Fox, and I'm like, look, dude, we're kind of wrapping up here. Let's all go get some beers and some food. Where's your chick? He goes, I don't know. He goes, she said she'd be here an hour ago. I go, well, she's only 15 minutes away. She's been here 3 times.
Right.
Now, you just mentioned the other person's property.
Right.
Okay, so
it's kind of behind us.
It was 5 acres, and the guy divided it into 2 parcels of 2.5. We bought the one on the north side. This other guy bought the one on the left, and he's already put in kind of a makeshift gate, poured some gravel so he can drive onto the property, and he's got a little trailer there, a little 15-foot little pull trailer. He's got some stuff he's trying to get going on the property, and we look up as we're trying to.
You guys did.
Yeah. And well, that's what I mean. We look up. The rest, not you and I mean me and the guys.
Uh-huh.
And she's on his property. She has driven down the wrong road. She's turned the wrong direction. She's now trying to do a 3-point turn on his land. And we look up and I'm like, what is she doing? And Sun Valley Fox just lowers his head. He's like, I don't know. And I had to quote right then. I said, you know what? This reminds me of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a crowded bar one evening and said the immortal words, chicks, man, chicks. And of course, Big JC. I think it was the first time he'd heard it. I think Ben had heard it before, but it was funny. And then we had to wait for her to figure out how to get out of the property she was on, drive around and go, oh, I was in the wrong
But the
spot.
Sun Valley Fox didn't call her, right? Did she notice that she was in the wrong spot? Oh, okay.
He did not call her. He just stared at her, and she was looking over, looking left, looking right, looking over her shoulder. She could see us across the field, and she's like, huh. I'm in the wrong spot.
My brother didn't direct her in.
Not at all. I think she
Didn't
figured
flag her down,
No,
like-
he just stood there shaking his head till she figured it out.
He probably says to her, go, yeah, she'll get it. Eventually the light bulb goes on.
So we all end up at the GSR. We go to the Mexican restaurant there. We get a table and we're hanging out. Ben's wife showed up, and so we had the Sun Valley Fox and his wife, you and I, Ben and his wife. And remember, his wife is the only reason any of this is happening.
True.
She is a fan of Gen X Talks.
A big fan.
We were at a meet and greet, and what's her name again? Is it
Christine.
Christine. I don't want to say Christy. Christine. She's absolutely gorgeous. She shows up at the meet and greet months ago, and she's talking away. She's having a good time. She's interacting. And her guy is sitting next to her, just not saying a goddamn thing. And I finally poked fun and said, so what's with him? And she's like, oh, he doesn't like you guys. He doesn't know anything about you. He's just here because I told him he had to come. And then, of course, Ben and I became friends over that. We talked a lot about stuff. He's a cool guy. But, boy, if it wasn't for her, none of this would be happening.
Did you hear about when we said we were going to dinner? She wasn't there, so she called him and said, so are we going to dinner with the general? and she says, you don't have to come pick me up. I'll meet you at the GSR. I want to go to dinner with the general. That's what he said. She was so excited that she got to go. She thought it was just going to be a guy dinner.
Yeah, no, it was. So we go there, and Big JC Joey had to call his wife. Now it's a business thing, honey. I gotta go. I gotta go do this. It's kind of a business thing. And so he shows up. Now this is the part that I don't like about Big JC.
What's that?
So here's this big, lovable giant of a guy, and he deadpans me.
Deadpans.
He deadpans me. If anybody knows what that is, you know what's coming. So we talked about something. I'm trying to figure out my money and how much I can spend on each thing. And some of the conversation, well, we can lower the price on that. You don't got to. You have that much set aside. Yeah, we can do a little better than that. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going in the right direction. And then all of a sudden we start talking about a civil engineer.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know what that is, and I have no money set aside for a civil engineer. No money.
You had no idea.
No, I didn't even know we're supposed to do that. I had no idea what's going on. And the big numbers that Ben and I had talked about, he goes, I can get your house built, everything done for this much money. I'm pretty close to that. Okay, I am. And all of a sudden JC goes, yeah, you're gonna be set back about 50 or 60 grand. And he just stares at me like, sorry, dude, that's just the price.
That's the way it is.
The whole table got quiet. And I waited and I waited. I'm like, is he kidding? He goes, no, dude, it can be like 50 or 60 grand. And I went, okay, well, fuck, everybody leave. I told everyone, leave the table now because you ain't ordering one more goddamn drink.
That's it.
Nobody's getting dessert. I got to start saving. I don't have 50 or 60 grand extra to do this. And then he goes, then all of a sudden, as he sees me in panic mode, telling everybody to leave, he goes, I'm just kidding. He deadpan straight-faced me. He straight-faced me the whole way through. Now, he did that 3 or 4 times.
Yes, he did.
He got me every time.
He's better than you are.
By far. And
you found somebody better.
It's only because I revere him so much.
Oh,
I think that JC would never lie. Big Joe would never lie. Big Joe would never lie, and he does. He lies right to your face, and he makes you squirm. And what's funny is now the only way I can pick up on it is I glance over at Ben, who's friends with Joe, and Ben looks like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, he goes, why'd you say that? He looks at him like, what? Why'd you tell him that? So now when Joe says that shit, I glance at Ben, who can't sell a joke if his life depended on it.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No.
If he could keep a straight face, then I'd really have a heart attack. But thankfully, Ben gives it away a little bit. And then Joe, I'm like, okay, quit fucking with me. And then 3 times he gave me a heart attack that night about stuff. Now, the truth is, it is going to cost some money, and I haven't set any aside. I'm going to have to figure that out, but not like he said. So it's just something that comes up when you're doing this. I didn't anticipate that.
Yep.
So we'll figure it out. But dinner was great. Sun Valley Fox, St.Donna was there. You guys had me telling that you guys, The one story that everybody wanted to hear the rest of was the Stuart Blovett story.
Oh, yeah,
so
that one.
kept
I
telling
thought you
it-
were talking about the
Fierro story.
The Fierro story.
Well, you had me tell the Fierro story first because of Joe.
JC loved it. He
Jason-
thought that was great.
Big Joe loved that story, and so we're like talking, and then I don't know how we got off on Stuart Blovett, talked about him, and there was like 6 stories about Stuart, and everybody's just like, you should not
That's
be
the wrong guy to be hanging with, man.
you should not be hanging out with that guy. So, but there was, and I've
That explains a lot about you.
okay, come
Hanging
on.
out with that kid.
He
No,
wasn't
he was a
kid.
man.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
was 18 and he was 32.
Yeah, you should not have been hanging with him.
And
Did your mom know who that is?
not a chance. No, she had no idea.
I might have to talk to her about it.
I'm telling you, he was a cool cat. He really
I
was.
bet he was.
He was a good guy. He really
sure.
was.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
I'm telling you, he was. He was a great guy. I'm not.
He was
I'm
a standard. He was a.
I'm
just-
not saying he was your standard citizen, but he was a cool cat.
Okay.
And so anyway, we told those stories. I've never told anybody. I've never told the Bottom of the Glass Nation those stories. No one's
The
ever heard
Fierro
them.
one you did.
Yeah, not the Stewart stories though.
No, you have
No
not.
one's heard those. So we had a good time. We told some stories. We drank some whiskeys and some beers. Had some good Mexican
And
food.
we broke. We were done.
Yeah, broke bread, and then 1, 2, 3 break, and we were done. But the good news is that every time we turned around and we kind of ran into an issue, Ben and Joe put their heads in. Well, we know a guy. In
Yeah.
fact, we know 3 or 4 guys. We'll help you get this done.
Seems like we are going to hit some roadblocks, but we seem to have people in place that are going to help us get through those.
Yeah,
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
I am too. I think the only thing is that if some situations get away from me on money that I wasn't prepared for, I might find myself in a pickle with that. But other than that, if we don't hit too many big ones, I think any roadblocks can be overcome by these 2 guys, because there's going to be key players that come in. There's other people. They're going to bring in a guy for this, a guy for that. We're going to meet a lot more people along the way. But I think with Ben at the helm and Joe as the wingman there, I think we got a good shot at taking Gen X Talks and building a new compound,
Yes.
a new studio.
And it's great. My brother's there. That in case we don't have to be there, he knows our vision. He knows what we want out of the place.
And he's been at every meeting.
And he's been at every meeting, so he can be our eyes and ears on the ground
If
when we're
something
not
needs
there.
to happen where they're out there and they say, hey, can you drive up from California and look at this property? No. Joe, Sun Valley Fosh can run right over there because he's there.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of things going in our favor. We're hoping that it all works out. This is going to take the better part of a year, but we're on a path.
Yes. But we now need to flip in. How many people did recognize you while we were there?
I don't know. We
In
had
Reno.
We had 5 or 6 people. The problem is that people kept recognizing me when you weren't there. Like
I know. I think you're full of shit
I
half
know
the
that's
time.
what I was saying. So
I come back and you go, you just missed something. And I'm like,
you did. Okay.
I think you're full of shit.
So
but-
yeah, except that so the first one, you went to go to the bathroom and I was getting out of the coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, and breakfast.
I
Okay.
paid the bill for breakfast, and I'm paranoid about leaving stuff on the table. I leave stuff on the table all the time.
all the time.
So it's like it's my wallet, it's my glasses.
I have to follow behind him.
Right. So you're gone.
That's right.
Now I got to be a big boy and watch out my own stuff. So I'm sitting there going,
Aw,
okay,
poor baby.
hey,
Poor baby.
shut your hole.
You need to take care of your own stuff.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
pulled
I'm
up my
proud of
big boy
you.
pants and I did it.
Good boy.
So I keep double checking the table. I got my glasses, I got my credit card, I got my phone, I got my stuff, and I start walking away with my wheelchair. And every time I leave something, the waitress or somebody was sitting next to us goes, "Excuse me, sir, you left your glasses."
So it's not just me.
No, everybody does it. And so I don't get 10 steps away, and somebody goes, "Excuse me, sir," and my head just sinks. I'm like, God damn it.
Now what?
What did I forget now? And I turn around, and he's trucking across here. He goes, "Are you Gen X Talks?" And I said, "Well, I'm on Gen X Talks." And he yells across the restaurant, "Honey, I told you it was him. Look, I told you this was the guy. I told you." So, now the whole restaurant's paying attention, but he was a nice guy and everything was good. I get out start walking out of the coffee shop, and you come around the corner right after he goes back and sits down.
And you tell me you met or somebody recognized you. I went,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think so. We had
well, what
just
am-
had breakfast for the last 45 minutes.
And they never said a word.
Never said a word.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they recognize
So
you.
what am I going to do? Drag you back in there, interrupt the guy's meal, and go, "Excuse me, could you please tell my wife that you really did say hello to me?" Because she doesn't believe you. So then we go out there. But see, the another one, you got a little bit freaked out by one a person. They came to you, not me.
Yes. When
That
we were
was out
getting
at the-
ready to leave,
Yeah,
but
the
we were
valet.
loading up our truck, and I decided to clean out our trash for our ride home. And I turned from the truck and I'm walking back up to the hotel to drop it in the trash can. And I saw this guy out of the corner of my eye. You just kind of know somebody's watching you.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking to the trash can, this guy's coming at me like quickly.
Yeah.
And he's coming toward me, and I'm like, whoa. So I kind of got on a defensive. I threw the trash and I turned around really quick, and he goes, "Are you who I think you are?" And I was like, who do you think I am or we are? And he goes, Gen X Talks. Are you Gen X Talks? I said, well, he is.
Yeah, but see,
and I pointed.
He knew you too. He knew you.
He did. He said, told me his name. Oh, Steve. He goes, hi, I'm Steve. And I said, hi, I'm Gen X Mom. And he goes, yeah, I recognize you. I said, well, do you want to meet my husband? You were at the truck.
Yeah,
and I
loading
said,
stuff in.
he goes, oh, I don't want to bother him. I said, it's okay. I go, I'll get him. And he loves meeting new people. So he walked over to the truck with me. But I was it made me a little nervous the way he came
Well, it was
behind
kind of a
me and
weird
that.
conversation because when you hollered for me, you yelled.
Yeah.
And I turned around and you're standing there with this guy. I didn't have my glasses on, so everything's a little bit fuzzy. It looked like Two Bear.
I could see that.
It looked like Two Bear standing there. He had the goatee. He was about the same height, tan. It just looked like Two Bear.
I could tell in your face. That's why I go, this is Steve.
Yeah, like, who the fuck is that Two Bear get up in Reno? And well, speaking of Two Bear, though, Two Bear would have never let that guy get near you.
Oh, I don't think
Wouldn't
so.
even have happened.
I missed my bodyguard at that moment.
Yeah.
I get it. He would have stepped between me and this
He would have
guy.
straight armed that dude and go, that's close enough.
Yeah, it was just unnervy a little bit, but I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people coming up to me like
No,
that.
I can also prove Two Bear doesn't love you anymore.
Why is that? Why?
Because you texted him about a tunnel cover and it's Friday and he didn't reply.
Oh.
He's had all week to reply because you asked him, hey, with your automotive connections, can you get a price on a tunnel cover? And he's like, oh, I'll look this week. And
I'll
then,
remind him. But
Oh.
you had one more person.
Oh, so you're the type of girl in his life that needs to be reminded. Okay, all right, I'm good with that.
I guess I'm not his number one girl.
Not anymore.
Okay,
No,
fine, that's
sorry.
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. But there was one more guy that recognized you. You said the valet, which I wasn't there. You told me the story. You go, you missed it. As always, you missed it.
That's what I kept saying. So yeah, the valet guy recognized this, and then
How did that go?
That was a guy who jumped. Well, we
Was that one of the same guys that we saw before?
yeah, and I was teasing him about his. Okay, here's what the guy does. Right, the wheelchair. Briggs put the wheelchair in the back of the truck and strapped it down with a motorcycle strap.
Right.
So when we get to places, we just undo the strap. We move the motorcycle strap out of the way, grab the wheelchair, slide it out.
We got it down to a T.
Yeah, we can do
science.
it in seconds, and we're done.
It's good.
And
Without even getting in the back of the bed.
Yeah, we don't even have to get in. We can do the whole thing just throwing it up there. So this guy says, can I help you with that? I said, well, you don't have to. I can get it. He goes, no, I got it. He jumps up in there, and I said, you sure you know how to work a motorcycle strap? Because he looked like he was 12. He was a young guy. He goes, well, I'm not as young as you think I am. So he goes over to the motorcycle strap. Now, the basics of a motorcycle strap, each end has a hook. That's all. You put a hook on one side, you put a hook on the other side, you stretch it tight, and then you ratchet it. Click, 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 you're done. Except our son, when Briggs put the wheelchair in there, he didn't know how to do the other end, so he didn't use the hook. So the hook is dangling. One hook is hooked, one hook is dangling, and he has now taken and looped the strap through the eye bolt 45 times and tried to tighten it that way. So when the guy jumps back up in there, he's like,
What the heck is this?
he did. He goes, what the fuck is this? He goes, I thought I knew how to do it. And I went, God damn it. This is the first time I'd seen it.
Right.
And I went, God damn it. Because my fucking idiot son can't fucking work a strap. So he's
And
like,
he knows better.
yeah.
He's
he
done
does.
many
He knows
motorcycle
better. He
straps.
just got lazy.
Yeah.
So this guy said, well, you're young enough. I wouldn't expect you to know how to use a motorcycle strap. You're young enough. Wouldn't expect you to know how to get this undone because my idiot kid fucked it up. And now you have to unfuck it. He goes, look, I'm not as young as you think. I'm 45. I go, bullshit, you're 45. So as soon as he said he was 45 and we started talking about Generation X, that's when he's like, hey, I know who you are. So
That's how he recognized
now,
you.
again, you didn't see it.
Nope, I did not see it.
So the one that was the funniest one, so like 3 times this weekend, when you were there, it was fine. When people met me this weekend and you were there, great. But when they weren't there, this became an issue.
Yes, I thought you were full of shit
So we're at a rest stop coming home on Highway 5.
yesterday.
We're on Interstate 5. We pull this rest area because
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
There's no town. There's no nothing.
This is
so random.
It's a real rest area, but there's a lot of people there.
Yes, there was.
So you had to go to the bathroom. I had to get out and stretch and walk. So we're parked right in the middle of the rest area. This work truck comes by. I mean, it's a big dually with like an electrical crane, a little basket pivot bed on it.
Was it a Cal Fire? Did it say Cal Fire?
I think it said Cal Fire. And it's trucking through. Like the guy's he's already been to the rest area. He's leaving now.
Right.
So he's trucking behind where everybody's parked. And all of a sudden, this truck locks up its wheels. Comes skidding to a stop. Everybody turns like, did you almost hit somebody?
Yeah.
You think a little kid ran out or something. And this dude leans out of his truck and goes, yo, Gen X talks.
Still, I'm not there.
You're not there. And I'm like,
Still.
So he whips down a little further, parks, comes trucking back up, shakes my hand. He's talking to me. I'm like, hey, man, appreciate you. No, I love you guys and stuff.
And I come walking around the corner.
Well, hold on. So I told him, so he's getting ready to leave.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This whole time, I'm waiting for you to come back from the bathroom. This whole time, and the guy says, we talked for like 5 or 6 minutes. He goes, look, man, I got to get back on the road. I hung up on my wife so I could meet you. I told her I got to hang up. And I said, hey, I know it's going to sound silly, but would you mind if we got a quick picture? And he goes, what? I go, listen,
I need proof. I need proof.
My wife is not going to believe, again, that someone came up and met me. We recognized me, and she wasn't here. She's going to go, this is bullshit. So I could you please? He goes, oh, it'd be great. Just send me. I'd like a picture of it too. It'd be great. So I go to get my phone out of the truck, and as I'm walking back with my phone, then you came out.
I come around the corner. I throw my hands up like, what just happened? I wasn't gone for more than like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
And here you are talking to somebody.
I know.
I'm like, here we go.
And I told
again.
the guy, I go, hey, we don't need a picture anymore. There she is. And so he turns to you and he
Yes.
points. He's like, hey, Gen X mom. He knew who you were.
Yeah, he said I'd recognize her, and I'm like, I'm not on that often, am I?
Enough to where you know.
My
so
gosh. It was so funny.
Got a couple pictures, and we got back in the truck, and I said, ha! I told you. Every time you leave, someone comes up. So
Yeah, but now there was proof.
yeah, I wasn't going to let the guy leave because I knew you were going to think I was full of shit again. I go, I can't do this again.
because this would be like the fourth time this weekend.
I
I'd be
can't do it again. I go, please, can I get a picture?
I'm starting not to believe you. I think you're pulling my leg.
Yeah, but there was enough of them you were there for. You should just think that I'm telling the truth. But
I have an announcement to make for anybody listening to the podcast prior to Sunday, September 15th.
Which is what?
It's Wife Appreciation Day.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's Wife Appreciation Day, Sunday, September 15th. I'm giving you a heads up. I just.
I will give you the firm handshake and a little shoulder check.
Bullshit.
A little shoulder check. Good job.
All you gentlemen out there, appreciate your wife on the Sunday
job.
the 15th.
Didn't I send you flowers the other day just because?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you don't bring that shit up.
And they're beautiful.
You bring up
I posted it on my Instagram
Wife
page.
Appreciation Day. You have an Instagram page?
I do, personally.
Does anybody follow you?
A few.
Oh, I did not know that.
Sometimes if I comment on Gen X Talks, then people go, is this who I think it is? And then I'll get because I have a private account. I just don't accept whoever. And then when somebody wants to follow me, I always go check to see if they follow Gen X Talks.
see.
If they follow Gen X Talks, most likely I'll add you.
All right.
So little inside information.
So we're speaking of St.Donna, who's just beautiful woman. And, her husband, the Sun Valley Fox, is always going, she's dingy or something. He always makes some comment
It's
about his
always
wife.
been that way in the family.
Has it been?
Yes,
All right.
always.
So,
As long as I've known her. And I've known her since I was like,
12?
no, younger, 8. I think since I was 8 years old, I've known her. So she's more of a sister than a sister.
The story I'm going to tell you, nobody was surprised but me.
We know.
You were not surprised at all.
No.
The Sun Valley Fox was not surprised. I was surprised.
No, we didn't bat an eyelash. We were like, yeah, okay.
I was surprised when she got lost and was driving on the neighbor's
And
property.
we weren't.
No, you guys were not surprised at all. So we're sitting out on the back deck at the Sun Valley Fox's house with his $1.2 million view, and all of a sudden, someone's phone begins beeping, like it's an alarm going off.
Right.
and it's making this beeping noise, and it's beeping, and it's beeping, and I'm sitting there going, okay, I know that's not my phone.
I looked down, it was my phone.
And Sun Valley Fox grabs his phone, and so we're all now looking at St.Donna like, is that your phone? She goes, no. And Sun Valley Fox is like, check your phone. So she reaches in her pocket. She goes, oh, it is my phone. I got something I got to go do. So she starts walking away. I think I was the one who asked, what do you got to go do? You set an alarm.
Yeah.
How it's got to be important because you didn't even know it was your alarm. And she goes, I can't even say it. She goes, oh, I have to go stretch my dough. And she turns around and walks in the house, and I look.
She said it very seriously.
She goes, I have to go stretch my dough. And I looked at the Sun Valley Fox. I go, is that a sexual reference? He goes, I don't know, but I want my dough stretched. He goes, how come there's not a timer to stretch my dough? I didn't know what she was talking about. Okay, look, I've been around women that bake.
Oh my gosh.
I know they roll out dough.
Yes.
I know they take dough and they layer it to do stuff. I've never heard anybody say, gotta go stretch my dough.
She was making sourdough bread.
It's perfectly reasonable for me to think
Oh my God, I'm
that was a
crying.
sexual reference. And especially when you look at her husband, the Sun Valley Fox.
He had a straight face,
he
too.
has a straight face. He goes, I want my dough stretched. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny after. We didn't even bat an eye when she said it, and then we were like, oh my God.
No, and I'm amazed that she didn't know she set an alarm, that she didn't know it was her phone, and that she looked around and said, I need to stretch my dough. This is all, I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Well,
you guys think it's normal.
No, yeah, it is.
Wow.
Well, you'll have to be around her more
I guess.
often. It's
So,
good. It's
listen,
really good.
I got to tell you something, too. I'm not trying to bitch, but my God, woman, you need to organize your thoughts better.
Whoa.
You do.
I'm claiming chemo brain.
You're going to have to, because you come up to me, and this is most men would have this issue. Okay? You overanalyze and you overtalk a situation. I told you, I said, I'd like to watch a couple of shows on Paramount Plus.
Right.
You come back and go, okay, there's Paramount Plus with Showtime, and it's this much money a month, and you get this and this and this, and there's this and this and this, and you can do the Hulu thing.
And then I just stopped.
And I'm like, wait a second, what? Or you can do the other one. Now, this one has fewer commercials, but it does have some commercials, and this one's this much a month. And here's what you get with this. You get A, B, and C, and X, Y, and Z, and 1, 2, and 3. Now, there's another option where I'm like, whoa, I'm lost already.
And what I say to you, never mind, I'll just pick something.
Because I blew up, I go, I have no idea. Do you actually think when you're
care.
saying all these things, do you think that I'm visualizing
No.
little charts in my head?
I know,
And when you're done talking, I can visualize all 3 or 4 different plans in my head? Do you think that's what's going on? I'm painting a picture? No. I'm just, you lost. I'm like, just quit. You need to organize your thoughts and get to the point.
No, I just need to just do it and make a choice and then deal with it after. What's that saying? It's
Yeah.
better to ask for forgiveness.
than to ask for permission.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
I think that's where I'm going to go.
That you mess up the information all the time. So you fuck it all up from the beginning. Just like I don't need all the fat.
Oh my God.
Just cut off the fat, give me the meat. I don't need to hear all the shit. Just narrow it down. Give me a couple choices. And also, you need to get over stupid shit.
No. I do not have to get over stupid shit.
You need to get over stupid shit.
No.
Okay.
I was trying to have a moment. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know where you're going with this.
Because it was such a bizarre, stupid thing for you to get mad at.
No, it wasn't. It was beautiful. It was really cool. I was trying to get your attention, but no, you don't see the visual like me.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you a peaceful afternoon in Dayton, Nevada, when she runs over giddy. I think she sprinted and hopped and galloped over and said,
No,
look,
I didn't.
Look. Okay, you were frolicking.
No, I wasn't. What is frolicking? I
You
wasn't
were frolicking.
No.
Yeah, and you ran over to me and you pointed up to a lonely cloud in the sky and said, doesn't that look like an angel?
You weren't seeing the same vision I was.
This thing
You were looking at something totally different.
I couldn't make this into anything. I couldn't make it
That's
into
what
an
I'm saying.
airplane.
You couldn't see my vision.
And you got mad. You said, do you see right there the angel? And I said, no, I'm trying to. I don't see it. Look right there. I said, okay, the 2 big lines,
No, I
is
was
that
like,
wings?
no.
And you go, no.
I said,
no,
never
above
mind.
that. It's like the head of the head of what you're looking at is the whole angel of what I'm looking at. And I said, I'm sorry, I just don't see it. And you got mad.
I was just frustrated. I'm like, whatever. You don't see what I'm seeing, so never mind.
Oh, I know. It was going to ruin your whole fucking day with me.
Ruin my whole
It was
day.
going to.
No, it wasn't.
You were huffing and you went from frolicking to me to walking away huffing and
You
puffing.
didn't see my vision. I keep telling you the same thing.
Oh, I guarantee it was a vision. It was a hallucination.
Whatever.
I should have taken a picture and posted it on the internet. Nobody would have saw an angel.
You know what? I should have done that. People would have got it.
No, nobody would have seen an angel. Everybody would have said, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
Whatever.
That cloud didn't resemble anything.
Whatever.
This is why I say you got to quit getting mad. Why couldn't you just walked away saying, "Oh, honey, it's okay if you don't see it"?
You know what? I have a pet peeve for you two. Would you stop fat finger typing all the time? I have to decode every email, message, note that you type. It's so frustrating. You henpeck. Peck. And then I have to go back and read stuff and go, what is he talking about?
Because Grammarly blocks. This is the bad part about.
No. If you used Grammarly, it would come out as a thought.
No, I stopped using it. I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, here we go.
Because when you hover over a word and you fix the word with the spelling, the Grammarly says, "Would you like to buy our full package and we can help your sentence structure?"
Oh, so it's Grammarly's fault.
And it covers the rest of what you're doing.
So it's Grammarly's
You're like,
fault.
"No, I don't want that. Get the fuck out. Turn that shit off." Every notification, every time I do it, I got to go through 3 notifications on all the other sentence structure that I fucked up.
I bet you staff would be right behind me on some of the text messages you send out. I have to decode it. We have to sit there and go, what the fuck did he just say?
They wouldn't dare.
Oh, yeah, they would. We have to decode everything and think, what is he thinking about? What is the message is he trying to get across?
Okay, can we? That's not really a pet peeve. That's something I'm working on. At least I'm not.
You're not working on shit.
I'm working on it. I'm not having hallucinations of things in the sky that aren't there.
It was there.
I don't think so.
My imagination was there.
There you go. That's exactly what was up in the sky was your imagination. All right.
How long have we been on?
You're supposed to tell me. You're supposed to guess.
I must say it's over an hour. Hour 18.
102.
Oh, it feels longer than that.
It always
Feels
feels
longer than that.
It always feels longer when I'm
Does. It
sitting
feels
here
like
with you. Forever.
Man,
Quick Briggs update.
make it quick. Is there such a thing in your vocabulary to make things quick?
Wow. I cannot even believe you just went there.
Is it possible?
What a bunch of bullshit.
Is it possible?
You know what? We did that at that dinner that night, that Mexican restaurant.
Instead of a fast pass,
And
you have a...
You guys wanted me to tell the Fierro story, and I
Oh.
said, I'll tell it real quick. And Donna goes, "Can you?"
I'm not the only one that thinks that. Maybe you need a fast pass.
Could you just shut your cake hole? I'm trying to do a show here. I'll tell the story. So, we had a yard sale, had Isaac and Briggs over. Isaac was an hour late. Briggs came in on time, but late on the floor, just late like he was going to sleep. He moves Jade's car out of the driveway down the street. And I finally text him. It's been like 15 minutes ago. "What are you doing? You parked the car. Get out of the fucking car." He goes, "I lost the key."
What? He just pulled it out of the driveway.
That's what I said. He pulled it out of the driveway. Well, he pulled it out of the driveway, parked it across the street. I go, "Don't park there. Park it down the street." He gets back in, drives it down the street. Now he lost the key. So his friend Ed was here. I told Ed, I said, "Okay, it's either where he parked it across the street because he did get out, and the key only has to be in proximity to start. He could have dropped it on the ground and started the car and driven away. Now it's laying on the ground across the street. It's possible
Okay.
he dropped it."
Okay.
So Ed goes, "Okay." So I said, "Ed, run over there to where it was parked, check on the ground for the key, then go down the street and help him find the key if you don't find it laying in the street." Ed just goes trucking down the street. And I turned to Isaac, who was sitting there, and I go, "What the fuck, man? What is wrong with you kids? I just told him to go check across the street." He goes, "I don't know." He heard me the whole thing, and Ed's nodding and smiling and then just trucked down the street, never went over to where it was before. I'm like, God damn it. So
okay.
This is the kind of shit that we do. Then, Briggs, I said, "Hey, let's move the trailer. Let's back the trailer up." So he goes out, forgets the keys of the truck. Gets the keys, goes start the truck. No hitch. Comes back up in the garage, grabs the hitch. No pin to hold the hitch in. Comes back up, grabs a pin, puts the pin out there. No cotter pin, no cotter key to hold the pin. I go, "You just made 5 trips out to the truck when you could have grabbed the key, the drawbar, the pin, and
knows.
the cotter key." He knows. He's done this his whole life.
Yeah.
And he just moseying along. This is what the whole thing was like. Just an
Oh,
absolute
can I
fucking-
add something that I saw happen?
Yeah.
So you told me to go out there and straighten out the trailer because I can back up a trailer, right?
Right.
You wanted it closer to the curb. So I'm
Right.
going out there to move it. And Briggs goes, what are you doing? I said, Dad wants me to move the trailer closer to the curb. You didn't get it close enough there. And
Right.
he goes, no, I'll do it. I can do it. Said, okay, I'll wait for you. I need you to do that. And then I need you to unhitch the truck.
In one of his attempts, he got out to walk away, and 2 of the wheels were on the sidewalk.
Well, the one where he did with me in front of it, he did fine. So I take off to the UPS store, come back, and then he was hitching it back up or was putting stuff in the. Oh yeah, he backed the truck back up, didn't hitch it up. Thank God. So you wanted them to put the stuff back in the trailer in the back.
Right.
So they're lifting this big heavy thing. When they step in it, the hitch went to the ground. Wham! I saw it happen. He did not put the pin in the jack stand or whatever, the stand for it.
Wow.
And I'm watching and the whole trailer goes flat down to the ground. And I said, saw that happen. Now how are you going to fix it? And they all 3 of them looked at it for a minute. And he went out and got a jack to
Yeah, he'd have to
lift
get
it
a
up.
jack and a jack and jack the front of the trailer.
I was like, oh my
dumbass.
God. It's like monkeys screwing
Fucking
a
a football.
football.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, good. Teenagers. It's lovely. It's wonderful.
So the Briggs update, I won't make it long. I know this is running long. I don't want to bore you guys to death on this, but his plan was to be a Cutco knife salesman in Chico and be a district manager. So
living the American dream.
living the American dream. So he talks Addy, his girlfriend. You guys all know Addy. And he says, listen, you're going to get out of school and graduate. You're going to go to college in Chico, which is where she wanted to go.
Right.
She really wanted to go to their ag program in Chico. He goes, that's fine. Guess what? I get to be a district manager up there.
Yeah.
So you finish school. I'll train for a year and we go. Now, she wanted to go anyway, but she wasn't sure if this was all going to work. He's got her pumped up on going. It's all going to work out. Everything's good. And remember his boss, Briggs' boss, who's 22, steals this kid away from home, goes, come live with me in this brand new apartment, and we'll sell Cutco together in Bakersfield. So kid leaves home, moves in with this guy, and the guy says, yeah, I got to leave.
I don't like Bakersfield.
I can't be in this apartment. I got to move around, but I'll still run the Bakersfield office. And now Briggs is like, well, what do I do about the apartment? He goes, we'll get you a roommate. Everything will be fine.
I'll stay on the lease.
I'll stay on the lease, which he has to. He's got to pay for it anyway. And the kid's got money. So now Briggs is like, well, but I thought we were doing this together and you brought me over here and now you're leaving. And he goes, well, I'll still run the office.
And Mom and Dad were right.
Mom and Dad were right. So he's going to run the office. And Briggs goes, okay, so I'm going to take an extra year and train. Since this guy is kind of flaky and spotty, I'm going to take an extra year. Instead of being a district manager for Cutco Knives in Chico in 2025, I'm going to wait another year. So he tells me he's going to go talk to Addy and tell her to stay here in town and do 1 year of college in here. And I said, don't mess with her life, man. You've already got it going in a direction. You can't do this to a girl. I'm telling you, don't do this. So he does it anyway. And it becomes a shitstorm. It becomes a blown up shitstorm. She's like, I don't want to. We already had our plans. I don't want to be here. So he talks to her and talks to her and talks to her for days and days. Finally convinces her, listen, it's okay to do 1 year here. You're getting all your core classes out of the way. You know, I'll be here. You'll be here. It's important for us to be together. And we'll just do this together. And she's flipping out going, you fucking asshole. I'm already set to go mentally. I'm emotionally going to leave my parents and go do this. You fucked everything up. Okay, I'll stay. So Briggs comes and tells you, oh, thank God. I got it. I got everything unwound. You know, we're going to be here another year. Instead of 2025, I'll go in 2026. She's going to have her school. I'll get my training. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Then his boss comes up and says, by the way, I'm leaving the Bakersfield area too. So I will train you to be a DM, but that position in Chico, if you don't take it in 2025, you don't take it right away, you may not get it at all. You may be in Dallas, Fort Worth when the next opening comes up for a DM. I said, what? He goes, yeah, I got to go because I can't miss this chance. This is my thing. He goes, now I got to go tell Addy that we're going back. And I go, you stupid son of a bitch. I go, first you convince her to do this right out of high school, convince her to go to college away from her family. You'll take care of her.
Yep.
She gets all hyped up. Then you tell her, never mind, we're doing a year here in town first, which she hates and flips out on you. And you're going to go back and tell her to change it. You're going to change it again. And he's in the middle. Well, he's in the middle of a divorce. He's in the middle of a fucked up mess right now because I told him, you cannot do this.
Yep.
And I said, chicks do not like this kind of stuff. They like a plan. They don't mind if a few things change, but they like direction and stability, and you're showing none of this. And the part that bothers me is I don't think he's really thinking of Addy. All he's thinking of is, I want to be there. She's coming with me. Wait, I want to be in Bakersfield. I want her to stay here. Wait, now I want to go to Chico. I need her to come with me. It has nothing to do with her. And every argument he comes up with is like, let me tell you why Chico in 2025 is the best thing. Then he comes back 3 months later. Let me tell you why staying in Bakersfield for 2025 is the right move. Now he's going back, hey, let me again tell you the benefits of being in Chico in 2020. How many times can you do that before she realizes you're just making up lies to get what you want? There's just, I'm not in favor of any of this. And that's what he's doing. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but
Stay tuned.
it's absolutely a fucking mess.
Stay tuned. Well, she has some time because she doesn't have to apply till like January. So
That is not much time.
But I tried to tell him that she can apply. You can apply to multiple colleges, and you don't have to make a decision,
Right.
For a couple months. So
I don't know. It's just a fucked up weird mess.
he should ask her what she would like to do.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a novel idea. We haven't tried that yet. Let's try that one on for size. Hey, honey, what would you like? Let's figure that one out. I'm just telling you, it's a goddamn Greek tragedy what goes on with that boy.
Well, he's going to learn.
So I do not have a car story today. I
That's
do
okay.
apologize. But we kind of rambled on. I don't want to tack a car story on. Unless you guys want to hear the Fierro story again.
No, he does not do the short version of the Fierro story. God forbid. We're done here.
All right. So I think we covered everything we're supposed to. Let everybody know what's going on. We're still
Would
moving
you believe? Here's another thing. I
Yeah.
just sat here for more than an hour and my back is not hurting.
Usually you stood up 4 times by now and stretched.
No, I'm feeling okay right now.
This is pretty good. This is good news. Still not in favor of the no bending over thing. That's
It's not forever, baby.
I don't care. You're talking about a man who has needs, and this is not happening.
Hey, honey,
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too. I know. I'll behave and we'll wait. I am very happy that you're not hurting.
Thank you.
This is a huge thing.
Thank you.
So-
All right, sign off.
Well, I'm trying to, but you keep talking. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we're behind on the podcast. Like I said, we were driving all day Thursday. We tried to use the butt.
Here we go. You're not signing off yet.
We tried to use the butt on our drive. I said, well, you know what? I'll just broadcast on the butt. We'll just talk to people on the way down. We got on the road early. We got some breakfast, gassed up, took off. And the butt won't work
On your phone. Nope.
on an Android.
Nope.
It's like, no, you got to have a desktop. So quickly, I had to pull over to the side of the road and put a picture up and let everybody know on the member sites. If you guys don't get notifications, you're not part of Patreon. Go to genxtalks.com, look for the Patreon picture, and click on it. Then you get notifications. It's $1, but oh my God, it's a fucking $1. Big deal. Then you know exactly what's going on. You
won't be wondering, like, where are they? Why is there no podcast?
I got emails and I got messages on the website going, hey, man, where's the podcast?
We apologize. There may be a few months, weeks that happens with this.
But how do I tell people that we can't do it?
Patreon.
If you're not part of the Patreon,
It has to be on a member site. Patreon, the General's Lunchbox on Facebook.
If you just goddamn go look. But Patreon, we send you an email saying, hey, and I did. I sent everyone an email and said, hey, I can't make it today. Trying to, but I'm stuck.
All right, now sign off.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for wasting an hour and 14 minutes with us. If you had an hour and 14 minutes of your day to waste, we are very, very pleased you chose to waste it with the Gen X Talks podcast. All right, even though we're broadcasting 200 feet below occupied California, we'll be back next week, hopefully on time. Thank you for tuning in. Not sure where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things. Number 1, wherever you go in life, well, there you are. And secondly, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I'm out.
Bye, everyone.
You didn't say goodnight, Gracie.
You didn't tell me to.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Ah.